We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill. Here we go, kill.
Off the play fake, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You talk about this Giant defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Prescott now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now comes the Cowboys punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 4. Locke taking the snap at 1. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it's 3rd and 4. You look at this Cowboy defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Locke. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got the first down and more than that. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Let's go now.
Again, it's Locke. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Fourth down. Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Locke gonna throw.
Man, come the fuck on, man.
He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Locke looking to change the play. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go, Shaq.
Locke now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Dancing to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here at MetLife Stadium to take the season series 2-0. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Throwing. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Second and 10. Prescott from the gun. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Prescott. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
After the turnover, here's Locke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't put anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Micah Parsons able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Kill. Here we go, 46. Hey, 47. 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
Well, now they'll try the end around.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
play fake. Here's Prescott on the move to his left. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Locke. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked up by Christian Gonzalez.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
So he gets caught trying to extend the play, and he ends up watching them score on an interception instead.
And what's the old proverb, Brandon? Discretion is the better part of valor. Certainly applies here. You have to admire what he tried to do, extending the play and trying to make something happen. But he definitely needed discretion. Throw it away, run it, do anything other than throw that pick 6.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
Yeah! Here we go! Like, here we go. Go to 54. Go to 20.
Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth. And now here is another interception. Oh, some strong running. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 50 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And fighting down inside the 25. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a jump.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Yeah, here we go. Like that. We're going to 53.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. For this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did